Hi vinyl community, Mike here. And it's that time of year, isn't it? It's Vinyl Tag time, Vinyl Tag 2026. Now, this year, the Vinyl Tag has been presented by David Atkinson. David Atkinson Music and More, and I'll leave a link in the description to his channel, along with the Vinyl Tag questions. And he's come up with some really, really nice questions. He put the tag out there, I think, on the 14th of December, so he thought it would be a good idea to give people an opportunity to, do the video during that dead period between Christmas and the New Year, and I think that's a great idea. But I've decided I'll hold off until the 1st of January to post my video. So, if you don't know, the vinyl community, it's 20 questions that everybody in the vinyl community has a go. They post a video, everybody watches everybody else's video, and we all have a jolly good time, don't we? And it's also really good if you're starting, if you're just thinking about dipping your toe in the vinyl community waters and you want to do a video. Well, the Vinyl Tag is an ideal time. Not only do you have the content there for you in the form of the 20 questions, but you're also guaranteed to get people to watch your videos. So, you can introduce yourself to the rest of the vinyl community. And it's really great. And, since I've been doing this about 4 years now, I've met some really, really nice people. I've met people online. I do regular live streams now with various people, but I've also met quite a few people in the UK. I'm up here in Leeds, but I've met quite a few people in the UK, in person. And it's really nice to do that. And I must say that everyone I've met is just as I expected them to be from their videos. So, yeah, if you, as I say, if you want to have a go, then do it. So, what are the questions? Right, question number 1. A pretty bog standard vinyl tag question. What's your best buy of 2025? Well, I bought some pretty good records this year, but I think overall I'll go for this one. And this is Gwennifer Raymond. She's a Welsh guitarist. She plays in the primitive style, but she's a bit gothy as well. And this album is called Last Night I Heard the Dog Star Bark. And it's an absolutely fantastic album. If you like, virtuoso guitar playing, acoustic guitar playing, then this album will really be for you. It's absolutely brilliant. So that's my best buy of 2025. Right, question number 2. Your best live music experience of 2025. Well, I didn't get to as many gigs as I normally do during the course of the year, but in late sort of November time, I went to see the Irish rappers Kneecap, and they were absolutely brilliant. They were at their controversial best, and I really enjoyed that night. But I think the live experience that was best for me this year was at the Broodnell Social Club in Leeds, and it's the Fabulous Corettes. They're a duo. They play sort of garagey sort of 60s music, and they're absolutely brilliant. And they're absolutely brilliant live. I mean, they really put a lot into the show. It's not just a matter of standing up there on stage and playing your stuff. And Flavia Corey, who's the singer, she goes out of her way to make it a fun experience for everybody. So, I really, really, really enjoyed the Fabulous Corettes at the Broodnell Social Club this year. So that's my best gig experience. Right. Question number 3. In 10 years' time, will your vinyl collection be larger? Will it be smaller? Or will it be about the same size? Now, I'm kind of running out of space now. And, every year, another box creeps into this room, and things are getting piled high, and soon there won't be any room for me. So the logical, the sensible answer is, my record collection will be no bigger. It might be a bit smaller. But hey, My name is Mike and I'm a vinyl addict. So chances are it's going to be bigger and I just have to move stuff in order to make space. But as I say, it should not be expanded in quite the way it is at the moment. So that's my honest answer. So there you go. On to question 4. Right. In question 4. Yes. So you move home. What song will you play at 11 to introduce yourself to the neighbours? Sounds pretty antisocial, doesn't it? You just play a record really loudly and the neighbours go, oh God, we got one of those next door. But yeah, I know what David means. You know, you're sort of, you're laying out your stall there. You're setting out your stall saying, this is what I'm all about. And I've gone for this. It's punk single. It's it's the first UK, isn't it? It's The Damned, New Rose, and there you go. So if I play that at 11, the neighbours would certainly know that I've arrived. So that's that one. Right, I'm losing track of these. Question 5. So a quarter of the way through. Your favourite male and your favourite female artist. Well, I was thinking my favourite male artist, I had to go for this guy because his music has been with me for many, many, many years, you know, since the early 70s when I first started to become sort of interested seriously in popular music. So it has to be Neil Young, and I absolutely love this album. Neil Young and Crazy Horse. Everybody knows this is Nowhere. This is one of his best albums. And I just absolutely love him. He's produced some pretty dodgy stuff of late, but you know, every now and then he surprises us and comes up with something really good again. So that's my favourite male artist. The next one, the favourite female artist, that's a bit more difficult for me because I really, really love female vocalists, and it may change, you know, from day to day, you know, who is my favourite. So I thought, well, I'll go for somebody who I really love and who probably won't be shown by anybody else. And this is the band are called Hooray for the Riff Raff, and this is their album Life on Earth. And the main person behind this, the singer, songwriter, is this lady, Linda Segarra. And she was brought up in the Bronx of Puerto Rican heritage. And over the years, her music has gone from folk and Americana to sort of indie. She's been experimenting with her own sort of, Puerto Rican roots. And it's just a lovely sort of mishmash of styles you get. And, I really love this album. And so for the purposes of this video, my favourite female artist is Linda Segarra, and she's the person behind Hooray for the Riff Raff. So that's that. Right. Oh, your top 3, dance, funky dance soul albums. So yeah, as David said, everybody likes a bit of a dance, don't they? They like to strut their stuff every now and then. And we all believe we're brilliant at it, but we're usually not. I'm of the sort of 2 left feet variety, but these are fantastic albums. So first one, Osibisa, and this is her album sort of Heads. They were from London, I believe, of sort of African heritage. So you've got soul, Afro funk rhythms in there, and it's the sort of music where you can't keep still when you listen to these people. So Osibisa are number 1. Second one, this is an album that I got. It was a record store day purchase, and quite often, record store day purchases aren't quite what you expect, are they? But this is Flash and the Dynamics, and this is the New York sound, as you can see. So this is, funky Latin, New York disco basically. And it's again, fantastic rhythms there. You can see the band there, and this is music to dance to. So Flash and the Dynamics. And thirdly, but not least, is this band. One of my favourite live bands. I've seen them a couple of times at the Belgrave Music Hall in Leeds, and one time it was probably about the hottest day of the year, and it was packed in there, and everybody was dancing, having a great time. And this is Ibibio Sound Machine. Again, it's Afro funk. It's a bit electronic. It's there's a lot of brass in there. This is their album Doko Mien, and the singer, as you can see there, she's called Eno Williams, and she's absolutely brilliant. And this is a band to dance to. They're absolutely brilliant. And if you ever get a chance to see them, don't pass on it, because they are brilliant. I think the inside there kind of sums up what they're all about. They're a good time band, and I absolutely love them. So that's three funky albums to dance to. Right. Oh, a track you hate on an album you like. There aren't really many, and I had a little bit of trouble with this. I was thinking, what shall I go for? And then I remembered this. And this is an album that I really like, from Billy Bragg. And it's Workers' Playtime. And, Billy Bragg is at his best when he's a bloke with a guitar singing. The Woody Guthrie of our times. And he, every now and then, descends into a cappella. And quite honestly, it doesn't do it for me. And there's a track on here called Tender Comrade, an a cappella song by Billy Bragg, and I just can't stand it. It's just it kind of ruins the mood of the album as well. The rest of the album is quite upbeat, guitar based music, and then you've got this, and it just doesn't fit in with the album as far as I'm concerned. But apart from that, this album is absolutely brilliant. So that's Tender Comrade by Billy Bragg, a track that I wish wasn't on this album. Right. Right now, we've got a show, I think it's 6 albums here. So one album from the 60s, one from the 70s, one from the 80s, one from the 90s, one from the 2000s, and one from the 2010s. Right, from the 60s. And I show this record for no other reason that I was listening to it the other day, and it's Colosseum, and it's Valentine's Suite, and I think this came out in 1969, so it just creeps into the 1960s. This is a reissue from about 1972 on the Bronze record label. So again, this is a little bit proggy, but quite soulful as well. So it's a really, really nice album. Right, 1970s. There could only be one album as far as I'm concerned. Australia's finest punks, and it's got to be the Saints, isn't it? And this is it. I'm Stranded, album by the Saints. Brilliant punk. And the first 2 albums, this one and Eternally Yours, are absolutely brilliant punk albums. So there you go. The Saints, and an album from the 70s, which is absolutely brilliant. Album from the 80s. Again, I was listening to this the other day, and I hadn't listened to it for a long time. And it's on the Cooking Vinyl label. In fact, it was the second release on the Cooking Vinyl label. And it's Michelle Shocked, and it's the Texas Campfire Tapes. So there she is. She's a bit folky. She's quite political, and although I don't think the songs on here are particularly political. I mean, Who Cares was I think it was actually a single, which is really, really nice. And it was recorded on a professional Sony Walkman. round a campfire in Texas at a festival one night, and you can hear the crickets chirping in the background. And yeah, so it's just Michelle and her guitar, and it's a really nice album, as I say, on the Cooking Vinyl label. Right, into the 90s, something to chill out to, and that's a bit of trip hop, and this is Morcheeba and the Big Calm, and absolutely love this album. And yeah, The Sea is the first track on side one, The Sea, and it kind of sets the album off absolutely brilliantly. An absolutely brilliant album to chill out to, and that's Morcheeba and Big Calm. Right, the 2000s. Gone for another female singer, and this is a reissue from about 3 years ago, I think, and it's Regina Spektor and her album Soviet Kitsch, and there you go. And she's a singer, a songwriter. She's of Russian origin, but I think she's spent most of her time in the United States, and I think her parents were both heavily involved in classical music, I believe. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but there you go. But yeah, Poor Little Rich Boy, Ode to Divorce, Carbon Monoxide, another track on here, and yeah, she's really quite quirky, and I think this is her best album. So that's Regina Spektor, and an album from the 2000s. And finally, yet another female vocalist, and this is the fantastic Jane Weaver. What a fantastic voice this lady has, and this is one of my favourite albums by her, and it's called The Silver Globe. And I think it was the first album that I actually bought of hers. I discovered her when she released this, and yeah, she's an absolutely brilliant singer, and yeah, that's an album from the 2010s, and it's Jane Weaver and the Silver Globe. Right, I'm losing track here. Oh. Question number 9. It says, you get to spend a day with an artist. Who would it be? Well, they say, you should never meet your heroes because they're almost certainly going to disappoint. But I don't know. Now, I've decided to choose Cat Stevens. I don't even have any records by Cat Stevens. I have a couple of CDs, but I couldn't be bothered to get them out. But there's only one reason that I wanted to say Cat Stevens, because the next question is, what would be the one must ask question of this person? And I really want to ask Cat Stevens if he's still being followed by a moon shadow, after all these years. So that's the only reason I chose Cat Stevens. Right, on to something a bit more sensible. Yeah, show an album that contains a song that brings a tear to your eye, and it's this album. It's quite a recent album. I think it came out this year or maybe last year. 2024, 2025, and it's Kate Rusby. She's a folk singer from Yorkshire, from South Yorkshire near Barnsley. And it's called When They All Looked Up, and it's a double album, and the last track on side D is called Coal Not Dull, and it's a song about the miners' strike in Yorkshire, and the lyrics were written by the wife of a striking miner, and for people up in Yorkshire, the miners' strike still sort of carries kind of deep sort of scars. Really, it was a horrible time, and yeah, and I just think the song is so poignant, and I just absolutely love it, and yeah, I'm not a heartless bastard, David. That brings a tear to my eye. So that's Kate Risby. Right. Question number 12. We're only just past halfway, aren't we? Three albums by artists you tried to love, but you're questioning why you bother. Well, I couldn't really think of three, but there's one in particular, one artist in particular I have tried to love, and it's this. It's an indie rock, a bit sort of punky, and this is a band called Mush, and it's called Lines Redacted. And I've really tried to love this band because I've seen them perform at they were supporting somebody or other, I can't remember, sort of while they were sort of up and coming, and yeah, they seemed all right at the time, and then I've got the album, and in fact I've got two albums by them, this and another one, and I just can't get into them. And the reason that I've tried to persevere with them is that, these lads are from Leeds, and I like to champion music from Leeds. For those of you that watch my channel, you know that anyway. And there's so many great bands from Leeds, but unfortunately, Mush don't quite pass muster on in that respect. So there you go. Sorry, Mush. Right. Show an album from an artist whose character disappoints you, or can you separate the artist from the art? Well, I think I can separate the artist from the art. I mean, there are some people, and we all know who they are, that have committed, despicable crimes, and you just can't listen to their music anymore without thinking about that. But, some people, they just turn out to be dicks, don't they? And a band that I really love their early stuff, and it's U2, and I love this album, The Unforgettable Fire from U2, and I just say, Bono. So there you go. Right. If you had to sell all of your records and your record player, for everything, your whole collection, but you were allowed to keep one record as a keepsake, what would it be? So I was thinking, well, it'd have to be something that's sort of, either something that's really kind of got a great sentimental value to you. And I don't really have any records that, have a kind of personal attachment to me. So then I thought, well, it has to be something that's an absolute classic, doesn't it? Something that sort of epitomises great music. So there was only one record at the end of the day I could go for, and it's Betty Boo and Boo Mania, and I think you'll agree this is one of the best albums of all time. So there you go, the album that I'd keep if I had to sell or get rid of all of my other records. Oh, we're not far now. Question 15. Discuss your VC highlight of 2025. There have been quite a few actually. Now, I've been involved in quite a few live streams, and there's one or two people that I've sort of formed a sort of quite a good sort of musical bond with, and one of them is Romuald, French vinyl addict, and then there's Fred, Big Star 1000, and we've started to do sort of a regular live stream together, and that's been really lovely. And then, as a lot of you know, that Jack at Vinyl Voyage did a pop quiz, and I was asked if I wanted to enter, and of course I wanted to enter, but my memory isn't what it was, and I couldn't. The most embarrassing moment on the VC for me this year is I couldn't remember the name of the Sex Pistols debut single, and it really worried me. And anyway, I went out in round one. I went out to Midge's Vinyl Gems, and I was so pleased that Midge actually won the whole contest. So I can say I was beaten by the champion, wasn't I? And I was only beaten by 1 point. Not that I was any good, but I think Midge was just starting to get into his stride with round one, or maybe he was just being being nice to me. But anyway, that was that. But another thing which is I think is my highlight is that Ben Rankins down in Australia, down in Melbourne, he started doing a series of interviews with various people in the vinyl community. And again, he asked me if I wanted to do it, and I did. And what happens is you get asked 10 questions. 5 questions you know about already, so you can prepare for them, and then 5 questions you don't know about that you'll be surprised with. And I really enjoyed that. And it was really nice, talking to Ben, not just not just during the sort of the actual sort of interview, but sort of afterwards. So that was really nice. And we got to talk about our mutual love for Van Morrison, and I'll leave a link to that video if I remember. And that's my VZ highlight of 2025. Right. Oh, your favourite musical biopic? I'm not really into biopics. I usually find, they can be quite crass. They can be quite disappointing, and so, I don't really have a lot. But I've gone for this one, and this is from the '70s, and it's Listomania. So Roger Daltrey plays Franz Liszt, the composer, and you can see there's all sorts of characters on here, and you can see that if you can see little pictures here, that it's obviously sort of very much sort of a true story of Franz Liszt, because Charlie Chaplin features in this. Frankenstein's monster features in this, and you've got Ringo Starr plays Pope. I mean, that is something to behold. But this is it. Oh, there's vampires in this as well. Vampires, Charlie Chaplin, Frankenstein's monster, all sorts of things that obviously sort of true to the life of Franz Liszt. So I've gone for this, and it's Listomania by various people. Rick Wakeman produced and arranged all the music here. Then you've got various other bits and pieces. I mean, some of the music is music of Liszt, obviously, and it's just been arranged by Rick. So, right, we're nearly there. Right, question number 17. Give 3 reasons why jazz matters. Well, I don't know. I mean, does jazz matter any more than any other type of music? I'm not really sure. I mean, it tends to permeate all sorts of other sort of popular music, doesn't it? I think the thing is that in some people's eyes, I think jazz matters a bit too much. That's all I would say. But I love a bit of jazz. I haven't got an awful lot of jazz albums, but a fair few. And I thought I'd go for this one. This is Sun Ra, and this is Space is the Place. And there's a film of this, and I think you can find it on YouTube. And it's basically a mashup of science fiction and a gangster movie, and it makes no sense whatsoever. And all to the jazz of get the right way up. There you go. It opens sort of like long ways. Space is a Place by Sun Ra. Question 18. Oh yes. You're an innocent man on death row waiting to be executed, and you're allowed to listen to one piece of music. What would it be? Well, again, it's going to be some female vocals, isn't it? And here we go. There's a CD here, and again, this is somebody whose voice I absolutely love. It's kind of a little bit ethereal, sort of otherworldly, and it would certainly probably calm me down a little bit, as I was awaiting my fate. And the album there is Mazzy Star's album, Among Our Swan. and the track on here is called Flowers in December, and you know, there's some lovely sort of harmonica playing on this, and I'm not usually a big fan of the harmonica, but it's really nice on this, and Hope Sandoval's voice is just so lovely. So, that would be the last tune I listen to before I fill the drop. So there you go. Oh, question 19. Sell your favourite artist to somebody that might not know them. Well, again, if you watch my channel, you know. It's these guys from Lancashire, from Lancaster and Morecambe, the Lovely Eggs, and this is their album, Cobb Dominoes. They're a husband and wife duo. They're brilliant, sort of lo-fi, sort of punk, poppy sort of punk, and they're brilliant live. I mean, some of their songs last, like all of 30 seconds. They're very, very funny. They're very intelligent, and as I say, it's kind of this lo-fi punk, So Holly, they'd sing, she sings and plays the guitar, and then David there in the background covered in mud. He plays the drums and does a bit of backing vocals. But I've seen them quite a few times live, and they never disappoint. And they're just lovely. So if you like that sort of quirky lo-fi sort of pop punk, really, it's not too poppy. It's quite, I don't know how to put it really, but they're. I just think to say they're a pop punk band is sort of doing them an injustice, because they're more than that. And this is brilliant. Minibus. You got the second track here, "People Are Twats," which is almost like their theme tune that they usually play it at their live gigs, and they're brilliant. The Lovely Eggs. And we've gone over 30 minutes. And we come to the final question. And the final question is, you're arranging a VC meetup during 2026. And you can invite 3 people. And it's got to be 3 people that you haven't met already. Well, I've met quite a few people. And Leeds Record Fair tends to be a bit of a focus for UK VC meetups nowadays. So, there's lots and lots of people I've met, and I always have an absolutely fantastic time when, there are other people with me at Leeds Record Fair, and we go and dig the crates together. We go for a pint afterwards. We have a good laugh, and that's what it's all about. And as I said before, that there are people that I've met sort of not in person, but I've met them on live streams. I've chatted to them, and they're all sort of lovely people. But when I first started doing VC videos, so that's again about 4 years ago now, that there's two people who I decided, or I obviously had an affinity with almost straight away, and I comment on their videos, they comment on my videos, and these 2 people, they're both called Mike, and the first one is Berwickshire Mike, right up in the northeast of England, right up on the Scottish borders, about as far as you can get without actually going into Scotland. So I'd really like to meet Mike. Mike loves punk rock. He's a really sort of big fan of singles as well, and I like collecting singles as well. So I'd like to meet Mike, and the other guy's right down on the south coast. Say another Mike, and that's Mike PC31, and Mike's got great taste in music. If you want to know about the Clash, if you want to know about John Lydon, then Mike's your man, and I'd really like to meet up with those guys. And then somebody else who's just comparatively just down the road from me, down in South Yorkshire, and it's the guy who beat me in the first round of Jack's pop quiz. and that's Midge, and Midge's Vinyl Gems. Midge has got quite an eclectic taste in music, and I'd really like an opportunity to have a proper chat with Midge sometime, and maybe go around the record stores together. But so those are my three. So it's Mike, and Midge, and that's it. So we're on to 35 minutes now. I think it's time to stop. So that's my vinyl tag for 2026. So I'll leave a link to David's channel, and go and check out other vinyl tag videos as well. And if you're thinking of doing vinyl tag yourself, stop thinking about it. Don't dream it, do it. That's what you need to do. So happy New Year, everyone, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.